Alrighty, everybody. Happy Wednesday to everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. I know I promised you guys another interview, and you will see the special guest pretty soon. I'm just waiting till you guys come in the room, and we can get things started. And hopefully, you guys enjoy it, because this one I've been working really hard on getting this special guest. Hey, Daniela, how are you, boo? We got to catch up and talk, boo. Let me see if I can get the special guest to come on right now by inviting somebody. So hopefully you guys are doing well. Hopefully Wednesday hump day is being treating you guys very well. And, I had to wear my Whitney Houston shirt just to have Nippy, with me for the best of this wonderful interview. Hopefully we'll go that way. And nothing else will damper anything else. So here we go, you guys. We're just waiting. Don't you guys be shy. I'm sure everybody's probably doing their own thing right now too. Hey Tony, how are you? We're just waiting on the special guest, you guys, to come in. So if you think you're missing something right now, you haven't missed nothing yet. We're just waiting on the special guest to make a grand entrance. So if anybody wants to invite anybody to this live, go right on ahead. If they want to watch something, if they're bored right now, invite them in on here. Make sure we got everybody on here. But overall, everything's going well with me. Enjoying the day off, and just so excited right now, you guys. You guys just don't know Tony. Hopefully, you know how excited I am. It's taking a minute for everybody to come in. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying everything. Okay. Okay. Oh, I see you. All right. Hey, LaTangela, I see you. Here we go. All right. Right, here we go. Let's make sure I accept it. Hey,
Hey,
how you doing?
can you hear
I hear
me?
you good. Can you hear me?
Can you hear
Yeah.
me? Am I
Yeah.
good? Okay.
Can you hear
I
me?
can't. I don't think I can hear you.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I'm trying to. My volumes are up. I can't hear you.
Okay. Give me one sec. If you guys can hear me, do a thumbs up if you hear me in the comments.
What's up? What's up? H Kane people's in the building. What's up? What you
Uh
doing over here?
oh. So you can hear LaTangela, you can hear me right now, right?
You gotta go out and come in.
No, no. You can hear me, right?
I can't hear you.
Okay. Just come back on, come back off, and I'll come
Okay,
and
let me.
I'll invite you back in.
Okay.
Give us just one sec, you guys. Okay. All right. Hold on one sec, you guys. We're gonna restart this live. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna get you guys back on, okay? Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold up. And we got some here. Let's see what we got. Uh-oh. Okay. You hear me
Yep,
now?
I can hear
All right,
you.
perfect. Oh my goodness, you see how I did
Yes.
this?
It's a little bit low. It's a little bit low, but I don't know why.
No,
It's
don't.
me or what?
No, don't worry. I got you. As long as you hear me, you can hear me. I can hear you. We good.
Yeah, it's just not. It's not that loud. Maybe you're real low, but
Because I just
I'm
put my
trying to see if I'm missing something.
okay. Because my thing is just when I put my volume up high for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's mine. Is it low for everybody else or no?
No, we can. I can hear you.
Okay. What about people in the
Everybody
chat? Can y'all
in
hear
the
both
chat,
of us?
if you can hear LaTangela, let me know.
Mm,
We'll give them like one moment, okay?
okay.
Oh yeah, that one person that I can hear
I heard both you guys
loud
loud and clear.
and clear.
Okay, so maybe it's me. I have no idea why it's doing that.
Don't worry
Why
about
it's
that.
low like that.
Don't worry about that, LaTangela. We got you good. Don't worry.
Okay.
You're great.
Yeah,
You
I
in
just
a
want to
safe
make sure
place
I don't
with
miss
me.
nothing.
You in a safe place with me, so you ain't got to worry about nothing.
I will pay attention.
Uh,
Okay.
okay. Alright, everybody. My special guest down here, you guys may know as a singer, actress, and entrepreneur. You guys may know her best as Maritza Hogg from Nickelodeon's Taina. And you know her from Shark Tank when she has her creation of grease bags. But we'll get into all that in a minute. But let's introduce our special guest. Our special guest, please introduce yourself to that wonderful audience of the KTookes spot.
Hello, you guys. Thanks for having me, Kenneth. My name is LaTangela, and yeah, I think you said it all in the intro. So,
Alrighty. Now, since we all know you from, we're gonna get into Taina and all like the grease bags, your brand on that in a bit. But let's go into how you're doing currently right now with 2024. How are you doing, like personally, mentally? How are you really feeling right now?
um, yeah, there's a lot. There's always a lot going on for me. As you guys can see, like I don't know who's here that follows me or that's like joins my lives or different things like that. I try to do them weekly, so I've been moving around a whole lot. And as you can see, I'm in a different place right now, and I'm outside because there's contractors in our Airbnb doing some work, and so I'm out in Colorado checking on the property and
Mm-hmm.
doing some stuff out here. So I'm always doing stuff, and so it's always a little bit crazy. And it's not always what people think. It's not always glamorous. So yeah, there's some stress, and sometimes you just got to take a minute and pause. But I'm grateful that I can at least be. I'm in Colorado right now, so it's gorgeous. I couldn't do the mountains behind me because the sun's facing the wrong way, so I would have blinded you guys. But yes, I'm grateful for that. And even when I was in Florida, I can be at the beach every day pretty much and get work done at the same time. So even though it's a lot going on, I'm grateful for that. So I try to always acknowledge that it could be worse.
That's true.
But yeah, like there's always something. There's always something to worry about. I'm still a mom, and I still, have a kid out here that calls me every 5 minutes with something going on. So, I worry about him still. He's 21 now, but he's still my
Yeah.
baby. So I worry about him still. And then, even being an entrepreneur, it's just so many ups and downs with that. Like, I invented a product that did not exist before I invented it. And so
Mm-hmm.
that in itself has kind of been different. It's been an uphill battle. I'm really creative, but the business side has been a learning curve for me, like to be quite honest. So, and being a woman out here, being a Black woman trying to be in a green space, in a space where you don't see a lot of us, doing this kind of work. It's difficult to get people to take me seriously sometimes. So, it always turns into like, hey, so you're single, so you want to go out? One of those things. So I have to balance it out all the time. So, yeah.
I
But
can.
thank you for asking. Like, people don't normally ask me, how are you?
I'm doing well. Listen, I was excited because when I made the announcement, because we talked about it privately. Everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, I know her. I know her." And plus, I found out I was surprised when I did my homework on you. I found a lot of stuff I didn't know about you.
Really?
Hmm When it came to the music wise, not the acting or the entrepreneur wise, because I already
Okay.
seen you when you were on like Shark Tank and Taina. I already knew that. But when I saw you, when I heard your unreleased music, because you know how YouTube they find your stuff and everything, and they be put on their channels. I was
Yes,
actually
yes.
pleasantly blown away because I saw when you were 15. I think you were 15 when they showed you have it on your channel, but like you singing
Oh,
certain songs.
when I was in the
Yes.
studio. Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah, a lot of people don't know that I was singing and recording before Taina, and it
Mm-hmm.
was a perfect fit. And I was even cast as the lead in another show on Nickelodeon that was called Rep, and I was the lead on that show. But
Mm-hmm.
it was based off of a real repertory company that I was a part of in New York called City Kids,
Mm-hmm.
and there of course, there's singing and dancing involved with that, but Taina was even more so, and it mirrored like almost exactly my high school. Like that's the high school that I went to in real life. So even though I wasn't the lead in Taina, like I was, Maritza was perfect for me. But because I had that experience of doing music and recording and that sort of from like an early age, like I love them both. I love music and acting. So being able to play Maritza was the perfect role for me, for sure.
Yeah. Cause I remember when you was on, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like when I heard your music, I was really pleasantly blown away.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, a lot of people don't know, and a lot of people ask me like for the old stuff. They're like, "Oh, can we just hear the demo and stuff?" I didn't think nobody wanted to hear that stuff. So,
Yeah.
I uploaded some of it on my SoundCloud as well
Okay.
as my YouTube. So
Okay.
if I'm
And there's
melting, y'all, excuse me, because
no,
it's not.
you
It
still
ain't
look
even
good.
been
You
hot
still look
out here.
good. You still look good. Don't worry. You still look good.
Okay,
You
okay.
look
Let me
good.
pat it. I'm a little dewy right
You good.
now.
You good. Okay, now since we went to that, talking about how you doing personally, how did you get started in just the entertainment industry? Period.
Started in the entertainment industry.
Yes.
Yeah, so I come from an entertainment family. My mom's a singer. She comes from, a line of singers. They were gospel singers in the church. My granddad was the pastor. So it's in my blood. And my dad, no parts really. He's the logical businessman, military guy. And, my mom's the entertainment person. And so I grew up with it in my household. And I have two older brothers. And so when it came to me, I was the only kid that was interested in being in entertainment like her. So she was ecstatic. And, she was so supportive of like anything that I wanted to do entertainment. So I tried a few things, when I was younger. I did pageants and I, tried ballet for a while, but she never like, made me stay in anything that I didn't like. Yeah, ballet. I thought I wanted to be a ballerina so bad. And I was like 5, I think, when I tried that. And they were not leaping and twirling on the first day, and I was not having it. I was like, this is not what I'm here for. Like, this is not what I signed up for. I want to leap and twirl and do all of that. And I did not understand that I could not be extra on the first day. And so I told mom, I want to go back. And she was like, well, you sure? And I was like, yeah, no. And so, I did pageants for a few years as well. And, just eventually started keeping an eye out for different opportunities. I mean, they're expensive, so I couldn't continue to do pageants as much as I like to. I did have fun doing them. It did well. I have a couple trophies, but we couldn't afford, some of the fees. And we ended up kind of stopping that for a while. And I eventually started modeling and acting classes in Florida. That's where my mom's family is from. And so I went to Florida. Sorry, guys.
No,
I feel like I'm
you
just like,
good. I'm,
I need, I need a
I'm born.
napkin out here.
I'm born raised.
Um,
I'm born raised and still live in Florida, in Miami, Florida.
yeah, see, and this is not even what it is in Florida, because I just came from Florida, so it's not even that hot here. But today, for some reason of all days that I have to be out here, it's been so cool, even to wear like sweatshirts and stuff. So
No, that's
yeah,
understandable. Now
yeah. So
let's go ahead. Go
oh
ahead.
no
Go
no
ahead.
no, what were
No,
you
no,
gonna say?
no. You go on. I could go in.
Okay,
I'll go
yeah.
in after you
So
do.
right. But so yeah, so we were in Florida for a while. My dad, after he retired military, he was doing contract work overseas. So we went to Florida for a while, which is my mom's hometown, while he was overseas. And while I was there, I did like modeling classes and acting classes and stuff. And so there was a seminar that my teacher recommended that I go to and try out. And so I did, and I wrote my own commercial. The milk commercials were a very big deal at
Yeah,
the time. I think I was like 12 or 11, turning 12,
I
something like
remember
that. So I did
those.
that. And I used to like to play multiple roles, in like one man play type stuff. So I did all that stuff and caught the eye of a couple of people. Where one manager asked me if I would come to New York for like the summer. It used to be what they call summer kids,
Gotcha.
and it'd be a bunch of kids from all over that would go to New York or LA for the summer and see what they could do. And so we went to New York, and signed up with her. And that's kind of, we were supposed to be there for a summer. Um, and we actually went overseas for a while. So I lived in Turkey and Saudi Arabia for a little while before I went to
Nice.
New York. And, my mom asked my dad if we could go ahead and go to New York. And he said, yeah, because Saudi Arabia was kind of tough. We couldn't even drive at the time, women.
Can imagine.
So it was very tough for us to be there. And so he understood. So we went to New York, and we were supposed to be there for the summer and never left, because it's like you can't do nothing in no summer. You just getting started. Like so, it was like you have a little bit of beginner's luck, booked a couple of things, but it's a grind, always has been. And so yeah, we ended up staying. I went to junior high, high school, and a little bit of college in New York.
Hey,
So
nothing wrong with that. Hey, you got the opportunity. You got the surroundings of it all, the culture and
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Now, when it came to like we're talking about the music, now we could go into that now since we went personally into how you started. Now, when you got into the music, how did the culture of like being in New York and being all around, like with your father doing what he was doing, how did the music shape you into who you are as a singer? Being a singer also, how did it shape you? Like when you listen to different like sounds and artists, how did it really make you feel?
Being in New York or just in
Just in
general?
general.
Yeah, I mean, music has just kind of always been a thread, like, in my life in general. So, and I've always been an old soul. So I've, even being in New York, it's like, it's weird. It's like, I like that old soul music, but I also like, music with a little gangster in it too. I like that too, and I love my hip hop. So, I think that's been my challenge. I think now is figuring out how to incorporate all the things that I do love, and the things that kind of like really strike a chord in me and make you want to sing. You hear
Hmm.
the music that makes you want to sing. At certain times it comes to me, and I'm on my 90s R&B vibes right now. But like being in a household with my mom, she
Same
was
here.
also like, yeah, and being in a household with the mom that sings as well. She not only grew up singing gospel in the church, she was also a live performer. So she was with bands all my life. I've known my mama to be with a band on the road doing whatever. So there's singing and rehearsals going on all day. So I grew up around that. Even when I'm on a road trip with family, they're gonna get to harmonizing and singing in the car. Like that's kind of that kind of world. And then I went to performing arts high school, and it was like the real life Fame. And for some people, y'all too young to know what Fame is, but some of y'all know. But it was like the real life Fame. It was like very much Taina. For those that don't know Fame, same thing. So I've always been around it. And even when we went overseas, my mom was performing with a band. She's gonna find a band. She's gonna get out there and perform in Saudi Arabia and Turkey, performing with bands. Like, what are you doing? So yeah, so and in Germany as well. I was born in Germany as a military brat, so she performed there too. So like, it's just been a part of my life. And growing up in New York was very much like the best education, because it was a different culture from the South. But my dad's from North Carolina, mom's from Florida, Pensacola, Florida, so it's more Alabama
Hmm.
than Florida.
Yeah,
And
actually.
coming from that Southern background, being in New York was just like culture shock at first, but in a good way,
Hmm.
because it actually sort of sung to my heartstrings a little bit more, and it helped influence the music as well. Faith was like Faith and Karen Clark. I grew up like listening to them like over and over and over, and just loving them. So it's like that combination to me is what it is. Even Mary, and like I said, Nas. I love me some Nas. My
Love them.
son's gonna be
All
like,
of
oh
them
my
you
God,
just
her
mentioned.
and Nas.
Everybody you mentioned. Now, I'm a fan of all of them.
Yes, and then I'm the Isley Brothers fan. I'm
Yes.
I'm I'm that as well. Old Whitney is old
Yeah,
Whitney.
that's why I wanted.
Oh,
That's why I wanted to show you the Whitney shirt.
see, yes, baby, that's the one right there. That Whitney. So I'll be like, that's my Whitney right there. So if you guys have not seen her Desert Storm concert, you gotta watch it.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
the best
I've
concert Whitney
seen
to
it.
me has ever done in my
What?
life. Like I watch that to this day, it still gives me goosebumps. So
I
y'all gotta
totally feel
watch it.
you on that one.
Yes.
I totally feel you on
Oh,
that.
honey, get you some wine and
What?
watch that.
Don't even get me started. But now, okay, now that we went to the music and everything, let's go into the acting now. Because I know, let me give a couple shout outs because I before we get into the music. Because
And like I said, if you see me like struggling, it's because you are low. So I'm gonna make sure I hear you. But yeah,
no,
I heard
we just have our little technical moments, but we make it
that.
work.
Okay, we're gonna push through.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna push.
No, just letting everybody know the comments. No, but shout out to one of my friends, Brandon Williams. I think you were live. I think uh, probably like a while back, and I think you said his name. He wanted me to make sure to shout you out because he's a big fan of yours and he loves you.
Awesome. I'm glad I was able to catch it. Sometimes and I don't mind shouting people out at all. Sometimes I just don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Can't keep up.
And then my sister who's on there, styled by Stevie_Daytime. She
Yeah,
loves you,
stop
so
by Steve
shout out.
daytime.
That's my sister. So she wanted me to shout you out, and then she also asked, "What's your beauty like regimen? Like your secrets of like your beauty regimens?"
Oh, girl, thank you so much. And shout out to sis. Thank you. Yeah, but thank you for saying that. I struggle with my skin a little bit, y'all. So, like, I've been kind of like playing with stuff. And, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. Sometimes you can go and get this expensive stuff, like Proactive works, right? But it's like crack. You stop using it, you're going to start getting the stuff right back,
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I'm like, there has to be like something that I can always have access to,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what your money looking like, no matter how where you're at, what state you're in. It's not something so special that you got to order, And so I just been trying stuff. So lately I've just been really like, instead of just the regular 2 times a day washing my face, like halfway through the day washing it again. It's washing the makeup off, especially unless I have something to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I try not to put makeup on if I'm just sitting around the house. But definitely like adding that third time because I'm real oily. And I'm, when your pores are already kind of big, like you trap oil even faster. So I was like, I have acne like I was a teenager, and
I
I
did too.
bought and I'm just like, listen, and so I've tried all kind of stuff, and the what is that? Damn, I can't even think of it. I'm gonna think of it. It's really cheap, but it's actually like a peel. It's this red stuff, and I'm gonna post it on my page if I can't think of it
Mm-hmm.
before the end of this live. So
Mm-hmm.
I add that, but I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, honest to God truth, right? I experimented with something because my cousin has this app. So she's always looking because there's so many bad ingredients and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I forget the name of that, and I'll post that too. But she scans everything, and she said that she found that more quality ingredients were in stuff that like you bought from that she would buy from Dollar Tree
Okay.
versus like Sephora or anything like that. And so they have this rich complex line that's like for melanated people,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like a whole line with like the serum, the dark spot removal,
Yep.
I looked at the ingredients and it was like all natural stuff like licorice root and honey and all this stuff. And so I was like, you know what? It's $1.25 a piece. I'm gonna try each piece. And I'm going to sit, I'm not gonna use nothing else other than a little bit of witch hazel,
Yeah, that
and I'll do that
works.
peel.
That
Yes.
works.
Yes, and I'll do that peel a couple times a week. I swear that's all I've been doing for like the past week, y'all. And I can see a difference. And it's from the Dollar Tree.
Ain't nothing
And it's
wrong
literally
with
like,
that.
right. And I would, because I'll be the one to save you a coin. Because I'm telling you, I feel you. I was a single mother. I understand these things. These dark spots on my face that I have like developed, nothing was getting rid of them. And because they had the dark spot stuff with it and the
Mm-hmm.
vitamin C serum, I said, let me try it. And they're literally lightening up. So yeah, hit
Yeah.
that. I think it's called Rich Complex. I'm gonna post it. I should have did
Yeah.
before and after because I didn't think it was gonna work. But I'm like, I really see a difference.
I'm gonna tell you what
So
I
yeah.
usually do. For me, my
Yeah.
mom and I, we like you said, like you go to Dollar Store, Dollar Tree, whatever. We got this carbolic soap. It's like it look like a pink orange soap.
What's it called?
Carbolic,
Carbala?
carbolic. No,
Carbali?
carbolic, like carbolic. I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna hit you up afterwards and tell you what
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is.
Send me that because yeah. Because I want to
No,
know for
no,
sure.
do that. No, you can do that. You can do shea butter, cocoa butter. That's what I use. Because we
Yeah,
do.
I get
Because
that little tub from the beauty supply
yep.
store, the little tub of shea butter. Yeah, I got one in there right now. I use that too sometimes, like on my scars, because I'm a tomboy and I got a dog that I'm playing with, and I forget that I'm an actress, and she got me like looking like a cutter, y'all. Like all these scars.
No, but do the white looking one. Don't do the yellow one.
Do what?
Don't do like if you're gonna get the shea butter or
Hmm.
whatever or cocoa butter. Get the clear one. It look like it's kind of whitish.
Oh, really?
Because if you get the yellow, if you get like the yellow one,
Yeah.
like if you like, let's say for instance, if you sit down or whatever and something, it's gonna show in your clothing.
Really? Okay. Yeah. See, I've seen both of them, and I know like one is like whipped, and I thought that was the only difference. But so I
Mm-mm.
was like, if I get the other one, the yellow one, it'll probably last longer. But okay, that's good to
Yeah,
know.
no, the yellow one's good, but it's just that's if you like you on your own and you can do whatever you want to do, like relax and whatever. But if you like going out right there, it's gonna show like in your clothing. If you wear like whites or anything like
Yeah.
that, it'll show immediately.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Good to know. Cause yeah, I'll be
What,
the
what,
one.
we'll share our little skin secrets afterwards on this interview. I know y'all want to hear some more
Yes,
of these questions.
honey, get you
Okay,
right. We need to do a whole show on it.
we can do that when I come on her show.
Yeah.
But anywho, let's get into Taina. Now you said you had another show that was on Nickelodeon that didn't get picked up, and then you got the
Yes,
role
that
of
yeah, Taina
Maritza.
replaced that show,
Exactly,
that script. So we never even shot a pilot or anything for that.
because I saw on your YouTube channel you had the original one that didn't have Christina Vidal-Mitchell on there at first.
Yes, yes, and that one was crazy. It was so crazy to find it, y'all, because my mom, I always say my mom has the vault, and so she had that one tucked away. And the only people that actually have a copy are probably the creators, the executive producer, maybe, and the original cast members. So that would be me, and Kalia, and Chris Knowings. So
Okay, and I still remember a lot of y'all like Chris Owens. I remember him when he was in Crooklyn. Oh,
say that,
oh my
say that one more time for
god,
me.
no, Chris Owens. I remember him when he was in Crooklyn
Oh,
with Alfred
yeah,
Woodard and Delroy
Crooklyn.
Lindo. I remember him in that.
Yes, Crooklyn, and now he's on Sesame Street, which is
Yes.
crazy. Like I'm like, he got a job for life because they'll never fire nobody on Sesame Street.
One of my friends, he just put his name is Alan Lewis. He's on here. He says, what is it like to be on the Taina show?"
Oh, it was amazing. That was a time. If I could go back 12 times, I would. I had the best time of my life playing Taina. It was too short, of course, we all know
Yes.
that, but it was definitely like working with the family. We still like
Mhm.
family to this day, but it was so much fun, and I think that's why the chemistry was so good on the
Mhm.
show is because we hung out after the show. Like we was cooking together, hanging out together, and it was such a vibe, and then it was such an honor to be a part of a show that was like representing the culture like that,
Mhm.
like there really wasn't anything else. All that, Nickelodeon in general was just very culturally driven at that time.
Totally agree.
And yeah, and so it was nice to be on a show like that where it was like, the writers. There was, of course, we had, mixed writers. We had writers of all colors, the crew of all colors, directors of all colors. But the primary meat of that show was people of color.
Mhm.
And, creator wise, the creator also created Gullah Gullah Island as
Yeah,
well.
and I
She's
used to watch Gullah Gullah
creator.
Island. I remember that Gullah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so she's also the creator of that show. The other co-creator, head writer, he did Little Bill, which was the animated series
Mhm.
on Nickelodeon, and Little Romeo show as well. He's a part of that.
Yes.
One of our big writers, she also created Daria.
And I
And
love me
so
some Daria.
don't it though?
What?
Y'all don't know. Y'all kids will never know. Y'all need to go look up Daria. It is such a
Daria was
good.
my thing when Daria came out because I know I'm turning 40 next year in May,
Yes.
so I know what's up.
Okay. I'm telling you, Daria. Yes, it's so good. It's so many good shows at that time, and then our directors that we worked with, like Kim Fields,
Kim Fields, love her, my
and
fellow Taurus sister.
yes, Carl Lawton, who was also part of like the Cosby Show and stuff,
Hmm.
like Melissa Joan Hart was one of
Hmm.
our directors as well. So we had a very diverse, group of people that we worked with. But even from the music
Oh,
on down, we had like people of color in the
yes, she
studio writing the songs
did.
and contributing to all the art, all the creative stuff. So yeah, it was a blast. And then Lisa, of
I
course,
was just
legend.
gonna say her name.
Okay, Lisa, that's my sis too. Like we rock, I think, the hardest. No shade to nobody else because we're actually all very, very close.
Yeah.
Like, really. But me and Lisa, like, that's, that's the one I would call in the middle of the night if something's going on, or she used to get migraines really
Mhm.
bad. So I used to take her to the emergency room if, just get in the car. She wasn't driving nowhere. So she would call me if she had one of those episodes. So we just close on a different level. We at the grocery store cooking, getting the
Nothing wrong with
groceries
that.
because everybody coming over cooking. She gonna make the pernil, and I'm gonna make some collard greens. Like so that's how me and Lisa get down. I told you I'm always old soul. Nick
Nothing wrong
Cannon,
with that.
everybody used to call me Mama Tange because I was their age, just old soul.
You were, because
They
I'm
come to me to eat.
because I'm telling you straight, when you was Maritza on Taina, a lot of my favorite episodes were the ones that you stood out on. Well, you stood out, period, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like I remember I think it was the charm bracelet episode of season one when you
Which one was it?
that was the one. The charm bracelet episode
Oh,
was
the
when
charm bracelet. Okay.
the one when I think you and Christina Vidal's character Taina was trying to who's gonna sing the lead, and when you hit that note singing that
Yeah.
Lisa Fisher, how can I ease the pain?
Yo, so listen, it's so funny to me. The first time I heard y'all pick that, I was like, y'all don't miss nothing. Y'all don't miss nothing, honey. Because I was like, let me see who recognizes that note. But yeah, everybody does.
Because when you hit that note, I'm like, I know she's not singing
I
"How
was
Can I
like,
Ease the Pain" a little bit.
I'm pasting it. Look, y'all see, look how I done got wet out here. I sweat like Whitney. Speaking of Whitney,
uh, we gonna leave that alone right
okay.
there. No,
I know I forgot all about
no,
that.
you
They
know
gonna take
you
us
cool,
somewhere else.
you cool. We bonded. We having fun. Everybody having fun.
Right.
And everybody said they loved the Taina song, especially on the first episode, like the official one that we all seen on Nickelodeon,
Yeah.
when it was you, Christina, and everybody was just interacting in the performing arts school. That was when Christina sang it, and when you put your 2 cents in the song, I was like, okay, I'm feeling this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm telling you, and it definitely, like I said, I think that just, shine through. You could see the chemistry between me and Christina and even Kalia,
Oh
even
my
though we were
goodness.
battling each other all the time, you could see low key love
Especially when y'all
there.
shaded each other. Oh my gosh.
Oh, all day. All day. And it was so much love. And it's like in between, there's a blooper, there's a tape I'm trying to find. Speaking of the vault, I'm at my mom's house. After I leave here, I'll be back there. But
Hmm.
I'm looking for first season rap tape. It was like a rap party, and there's bloopers on that tape that
Oh my goodness. I'll be seeing
from
some of the bloopers, especially when they
from
used to
like
show it.
in
Oh my
between the
gosh.
takes and how we would cut up and stuff. I think it was the Halloween episode, and I pulled that piece of weave out my hair or whatever. And like, so and that was part of the script now. Like, this is, what I was supposed to do, but like, it was cut. We had like, somebody messed up their line or something. So it was cut. And then I said, we were clowning, and I was like, shit, or something. And my mom was watching the rap tape, and she was like, did you just say shit on this tape? Why would they?
Oh my
I was like, why did they
gosh.
keep that in? And so, and mind you, like, we played younger than we were. I mean, we were like
Exactly.
18, 19 first
Hmm.
season. So, all of us. So
It
it was
was
like, we were
funny.
playing younger, but still,
To me, to
our
me, it
black
was funny
mamas don't be
because,
playing no game.
yeah, to me, it was funny, especially the episode when Tech Holmes was on there, or Tech Money as we knew him.
Yes,
It
yes.
was him and Nick Cannon when Nick Cannon was
Yep.
LaTanya.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, with that blooper when you came, well, not the blooper, I'm gonna get to the blooper in a minute, but that scene when, Taina and Renee are introducing themselves, and, LaTangela was throwing shade at Renee, and then right,
Tech.
with Tech, you seen Tech, he said, if it's marvelous, it's marvelous to meet me, I'm Maritza. And talent oozes, oozes out of me. And remember, Nick Cannon's character, Lieutenant was like, that's not all you got oozing. I was like, oh, hell no. But that was funny.
That was a fun episode. That was a hilarious episode. Nick, I'm telling you, we almost beat Nick up on that set because you cannot get that boy to be out of character. He would not stop being Latanya. Like when he used to go into Latanya, you could not make him break character for nothing. And we used to be like, if you don't stop, like Nick, for real, like he'd be like, what you talking about? What you mean? Like,
No,
I don't know who that is. This is
no,
not Nick Cannon. Like he would just not break character. So we would just be so frustrated with him
no,
by
with
the end
him
of the day. Like,
and Kalia was going at it as Latanya and Renee. But she's like, look, Whitney, the name's Latanya.
they just let us go. Like I didn't even know what to say because I was trying so hard not to laugh. So like They're like, yeah, Maritza finally met her match. And I'm like, yeah, she finally did. Because literally, we were just like improving
Oh,
a lot of that stuff,
I could
especially like the
tell.
blooper stuff. Yeah. So it was just like, I didn't even know what to say without busting out laughing
I
at
had to
the whole
laugh.
situation.
Girl, I had to laugh at it well, I'm saying Nick, when he was LaTangela, you talking about the price tag is hanging on the back of your hair. And you came turned around like, oh, let me tell you something. Don't be coming up on my set thinking that you know.
Okay, yes, honey. When he said the tag is hanging out the back of your hair, I almost lost it. And I swear, it took everything in me not to bust out laughing on that take. I was like, oh, Nick, I cannot stand you.
But it was funny because everybody thought that Taina and Maritza could stand each other, but they actually got along. It's just I think it was like a frenemy thing where they respect each other, but at the same time they know when to throw their shade.
That's it. I mean, it always kind of compare it to Martin and
Pam,
and Pam.
yeah,
Yeah, because it's like when it came down to it, Pam is not gonna let Martin get jumped. You know that she's
because
not
they
gonna
had
let
each
him
other.
get
Yeah,
jumped.
because Martin and Pam had each other's back, just like Taina and Marissa
Mm-hmm,
had each other back.
mm-hmm.
But also on that
And she
same episode that we were talking about,
always there. Like if
yeah,
y'all not friends, why are you always there? Marissa is always gonna show up to
yeah,
the party. I'm talking about to the
uh
house. She coming
huh.
over and stuff. So
But one of the
always
funniest
there.
scenes, on that episode was when Tiny was trying to call Maritza and the answering machine. That's why I put that on the Instagram story for people to know if they watched Tiny, they knew where I was getting it from.
Yes.
Because my
Oh
mom
yeah,
and
the
I, we
answer
were,
machine. The answer machine
oh,
was everything, and it's so funny
oh,
because I actually wrote the answer machine.
uh-huh.
And so yeah, I wrote the lyrics for it, and the melody and stuff. So they, I have the BMI credit for it. So I was like, it's always just sitting there, and they were so good about that. That and Sesame Nacho, like yeah, like so you
Oh, I
never
forgot
know
about
in the
that one.
future. Whatever, and so I was like, well, let me put it out as a sound because I know people are always posting that scene all the
Oh my
time.
gosh.
Like that's one of people's faves and
One of
stuff.
my
And
favorite
somebody had asked
episodes.
me about it had been so long and I hadn't even thought about it. Somebody had asked me about the choir part and they were like, did they have a real choir come in?
I
And then I
thought
was
that
like,
too. I
no.
wanted to know that question too.
Right. And so I was like, no, I think I couldn't even remember. Like I was like, they must have like brought in the sound and then I listened to it again. And then I was like, that was me. And it all came back to me. So I stacked my own vocals
Oh,
over
nice.
and over and then they made it sound like a choir because I was like let me listen to it because I could tell what it was to refresh my memory
Uh-huh.
to see to answer that question for next time and I was like oh now I know like that's of course that's me I can hear it immediately but yeah so that was me and they just stacked me in all these different voices and like different harmonies and stuff so
And,
I had to do it like a million times which was common for all my backgrounds were like that back in the day.
and everybody in the comments, I know you guys wanted exclusive of that. I was going to answer that question anyway. Tell me what.
Wait, say that again.
No, I want to get the exclusive on that question because I remember nobody's never asked you that question.
Wait, and I missed the question.
No,
Okay,
no, I'm
so
saying
what was
no, the answer
oh
machine. What we were talking
the
about.
answer machine about the
Yeah,
choir?
because everybody wanted to know about that.
Really?
Because I remember I would go like I would look at I think it was a fan page of Taina.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to know if that was a real choir or not.
Get out of here. That's so crazy that people wanted and I never thought about that until he asked me. And that's why I was like drawing a blank. Like I didn't even I have not it's been so long, but yeah, that was me just,
Yeah,
stacking.
because in my opinion, I'm gonna say this. Let me get to some other like a lot of great guests. Also, like 3LW was on there.
Oh yeah.
When y'all was singing No More, and you was kind of outshining them in the beginning.
Oh
They looked at you like haters. It was funny, especially you guys had a lot of people like Kelly Rowland was on the episode.
who?
Kelly Rowland.
Oh yes, Kelly and Kelly was so dope to work with. A lot of times we had a week with people that were on the show because we would do a table
Mm-hmm.
read and we block it out for the next couple of days. We start shooting on like some on Wednesday and then Thursday and then we do a live audience from top to bottom on Friday. Sort of like no cuts, just run it through. And most times what you guys would see wouldn't be the laugh track. Like they would mix up the
Mm-hmm.
scenes between the ones that were pre-recorded and the ones we did before the live audience. But honestly, like 90% of the time, you guys would get the live audience is what you would see on TV because it was funnier and it was just like the audience was there, so it would drive the joke. And so those would be better tapings most times. But we would have like a week with our celebrity guests a lot of times, so we really got to hang out with them. If they had something to do, they'd leave and come
Mm-hmm.
back. But yeah, Solange, Kelly
Oh
Rowland,
yeah, exactly. Some
3LW,
3LW.
Joe,
Joe,
Tech.
that was shocked me with Joe when he first got on. I
Yeah,
first saw that episode.
yes. Yes, and that's when we first season. So we were down in Orlando first season.
Mm-hmm.
So we really hung out with people down there because it's not a whole lot else going on
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. Well, there is, but we were in the amusement parks and stuff because we filmed at Universal Studios. So
Yep,
we
I
were
remember when they used
playing.
to say
We
that
were
right
on the
after the
roller
episodes were
coasters and
in.
stuff.
I remember right after the episodes were in, they would say that, and I was
Yeah.
like, I know that's cool right there.
Oh man, every lunch break, I'm talking about, and so all my family would come and visit me just for that reason, because we were in that theme park and like we didn't stand in the lines. We was like we went through the exit. We did not stand in the lines. We was always like, let's go. So they were VIP at the Universal Studios, and they was like, oh yeah, you bringing like 10 people too. So
I do remember you saying that on another. I don't know if it was your live. You said it on something else. I think you were talking about why Taina got canceled and everything. Now
yes,
for
yes.
now for those who want to know, who even though they didn't watch what you did, you want to let everybody know, or you could tell everybody a little bit
Oh,
why
why
what you.
it got canceled?
Yes, after 2 seasons, even though some
Yeah.
other
So
show called Victorious should have was a copycat of y'all show,
oh,
but we ain't
so
gonna
many.
go there.
There's such a debate about that too. Some people say yes, but most people say yes. There's some people that say no. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely a disappointment. It was up in the air for a minute, and they weren't really sure what they were going to do about third season.
Mm-hmm.
Our contracts were unique in the sense that we were signed to Nickelodeon, but also Nick Jive
Mm-hmm.
Records. But in between seasons, there's something called hiatus that it's like you're not really under contract
But
technically,
you're not sure what's
but if
gonna
you're in a
happen.
hit show, it would behoove you to kind of have enough respect to just see, especially if you're a regular, what's going on. Of course, you continue to audition because you don't know, and in this business, it's so fickle and far in between. You gotta go and do what you gotta do. And
Mm-hmm.
so during that time, I had booked half and half actually, and
And
so the
that's one of
part
my favorite shows.
really.
One of my favorites.
Wow, yeah, it's so crazy how everything's coincidence. But yeah, so I had booked the role that Essence Atkins plays,
Oh, you was
and
gonna
they
be Dee Dee
tried
at first.
to,
You was gonna
what?
be
Yeah,
Dee Dee at first.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I was supposed to play that role, but then we were on that hiatus, and Nickelodeon wasn't sure what they were going to do, and so they were like, if we do come back, we don't want to lose her as a series regular. We don't really want to do the show without Maritza. So no, so I couldn't get bought out of the contract in a sense because it was like you could do 2 shows, you just can't be 2 series regulars, and
Regulars.
that's still the
Correct.
case
Yeah.
right now. And so yeah, so I didn't end up doing that, but Christina, you know, did music as
Uh-huh.
well, and so she had signed with Overbrook,
Yeah,
which is
Will
Will
Smith. Will
Smith and
Smith.
Jada's management
Uh-huh.
company, and and they were primarily managing her music, and so MCA had offered her a deal, and so when she, again in this business, it's like far in between the opportunities. You don't know what to say yes and no to sometimes, especially
Mm-hmm.
when you're that young.
Mm-hmm.
But she ended up signing that deal in between that gray area with MCA, and it pretty much breached the contracts with Nickelodeon, and
Gotcha.
there was no way to get around that. I know there's a lot of stuff people hear about Christina's mom not getting along with the network, and people blow that situation out of proportion. Because at first, when I first read that, I was like, I don't know what they're talking about. Like,
It don't
what?
even sound right
When did this happen?
because I remember like even after Taina was done with, when she had like the small little cameo in Chasing Poppy, and when she did other stuff, like I remember back in the day when she first did like Life with Mikey with Michael J. Fox. I remember a lot of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And so and I so there were a lot of things, going around about like her, and it sparked back up, of course, with Quiet on the Set and stuff.
Hmm.
So
Oh, let's
people
get
were
to
like, oh
that
yeah,
right
that's
there.
why that explains, why Christina Vidal's mom didn't get along with Nickelodeon. And it's just like, yeah, no, it doesn't actually. That's not what happened. And so she, for a long time, we were vague about it as well because it was primarily her story to tell. It was
Yeah.
just respect. It was just like, sis, you tell it how you want to tell it or whatever it is. And she was, she's done interviews, so you can see
Mm-hmm.
now, that she's pretty much saying the same thing. Um, she does speak on her and her mom. Her mom ended up having an issue with Nickelodeon because one of our choreographers, who was young at the time too, but mind you, like I said, we were all over 18,
Mm-hmm.
18, 19, first and second season, going on 20. And he was like, he was young 20s as well too. And so him and Christina started dating a little bit. And because we were of age, but again, let's talk about these Black and Latino mamas, they're not
Mm-hmm.
playing them games. Even then, you 18, you still wet behind the ears. You just got to the point where you halfway can say you're a young adult. So she had a problem with the network allowing them to
Hey, Chelsea.
date. Say it again.
No, one of my best friends I see on there, Chelsea.
Oh, okay. So she was her mom was upset about them allowing her to date him, but I don't even know if the network knew because they were real low key about
Yeah,
it.
because I never heard
He
nothing
had
about it.
Yeah, we were exactly. We were very much grown, and like I said, a lot of us grew up in New York. Christina grew up in New York. Khalid grew up in. All of us grew up in New York, and so it's just like, listen, the kids grew up fast in New York. Like we had sense about ourselves, so we knew not to like. She knew not to be on set just acting a fool with this guy that she works with. Whatever they did when they went home. They went out to the movies and stuff like that. Whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't like a huge age gap difference. And like I said, she was of age, he was young 20s, but her
Mm-hmm.
mom just didn't like the fact that she's the network so-called allowed it, which again, I don't know how much they really knew. So that's what everybody's referring to when they say like
Yeah.
her mom didn't get along with the network, just to be clear, because all that stuff that they talking about in that documentary
No,
has
because
nothing to do with us.
yeah,
Like
because I
they
even
try to throw
watched because
Dan
I
over
even
here like we
yeah
didn't
because I
work
even
with him.
watched it and I didn't believe a lot of that. I'm like,
I mean,
please,
and I'm not taking anything away from
neither am I.
anybody what they went through. It just wasn't us. Like we didn't even work with Dan Snyder or that crew at all.
Exactly.
So
Because because to me,
I don't even think that man know my name. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. So
no,
I'll be like,
yeah,
nope, I ain't got nothing to do with us.
that's why
So
when the documentary came out, I was like, okay, I'm kind of confused because you're going into shows that because it seemed like, and I'm not trying to be funny, you guys. I'm going to put it out there, and LaTangela will know I'm putting this out there too. It seemed like it was like dealing with racism going on because it seemed like they were promoting more of the white Nickelodeon stars more than the anybody who was of color.
well, and even with that, again, I didn't work with Dan. My homegirl, Angelique Bates, she
Yeah,
was on all
love
that.
her.
And
I love Angelique.
yes, yes, and even she agrees with this point, even though we had totally different experiences. Like, I ain't got nothing but really good stuff to say for the most part about my experience, and she, it
I
wasn't all
agree with.
good with her.
We totally agree with you, little dude, goofball. That's what it said. I mean, yeah, but sometimes bad happen at the company doesn't mean it's the whole Nickelodeon, which I agree. Go ahead.
That's
Go ahead,
it.
LaTangela.
That's it. And but what I will say with Dan Snyder, because like Christy Knowings, who's Chris Knowings' twin sister,
Mm-hmm.
she's on all that. I went to high school with Christy as well, so it's a very small circle. And
Mm-hmm.
Elisa Reyes, a lot of people don't know her dad is
I
black.
remember
Like,
her.
yeah,
Yes.
Elisa Reyes is like everybody thinks she's like Latina. I think he's Cuban or Dominican, but her dad's black.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think her mom was like Italian. But
Mm-hmm.
and Christy, of course, is black.
Yes.
I think with Dan Snyder, and this is from conversations I've had with them,
Uh
he
huh.
likes you to be talented.
Yes.
It's the ones that go hard in the paint that are just like because Christy is stupidly
I
talented. Like she's so low
I used
key.
to
I'm always
always
on her
wonder what
neck.
happened to her back in the day. Like after we used to see her and all that, I just say, what happened to her?
Oh, she is just so low key. She's very much a private life kind of person. She's not big on social media. She's very spiritual. She's very much, just kind of in the background, but she's so talented though. Like she does
I
a
agree.
million voices. She does a million impressions. I'm always telling her to put herself back out there. But she's one of those people though that talks very highly of her experience with Dan just because she was like, listen, sometimes it didn't feel good to other people, so he could be an a-hole at
Mm-hmm.
times because he was showing the attention to the ones that would have that it. If you was a star, you was a
Exactly.
star, you was a star.
Exactly.
And he favored those types, and he gave them. And if you didn't bring it, then you might have got cut, especially on the sketch comedy because they were writing a lot of their stuff, and
Yes.
contributing to the
That,
writing of the
right.
material. And with sketch, that's a whole another part of comedy that is a different type of skill. And so if them jokes didn't hit, then
I hear
you
you.
probably got a scene cut or two. But I don't think he's racist. As far as the other stuff, I wouldn't know unless I was around him,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know him. So
Oh, I don't think he
mm,
I think the way that they treated
No,
everybody.
and as far as that, they didn't have that experience with him either, to be clear.
Good,
With the, as far as the
good,
like, the
good.
sketchy stuff, the questionable things that y'all thinking right now, they ain't have them experiences either. So I don't.
Oh yeah, I kind of figured like with Christy and all that. I was like, nah, you could tell.
No, she was like, that was not it. Because even when they talk about her scene on that documentary, she's very upset about it
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, it now it's putting in people's heads that that's
Everybody went through it.
that, that,
Yeah,
that that there was something sexual about that scene, and she was like,
yeah.
absolutely not. Like, it wasn't though. Like,
Uh-huh.
it frustrates her, to have to defend that when people ask. So yeah, you know.
But let's get back into the acting because you did some other stuff besides Taina.
Yeah, I had a big long hiatus. I was a single mom, like I
Yeah.
said, and I moved from New York, and LA. I was in LA
Mm-hmm.
for a little while. Sort of went back to some regular life.
Mm-hmm.
Was in Florida and Texas for a while. And so the self-taping thing and all of that, it existed at the time, but nowhere near the way it does now.
Mm-hmm.
And the agents that I had access to in those markets were kind of limited on the work. So I've always been out here auditioning. I wrote a children's book during that time off, and some other scripts that I'm going to be
Mm-hmm.
pitching soon as well. But I ended up doing just small stuff,
I think you
like
did rim shots. I think it was called rim shots.
that actually is not me, and I
That's
keep
not you.
trying to get IMDb to change it
Please,
because there's another
please,
LaTangela
because I was
Faye.
like, wait a minute, I don't remember seeing you in that movie.
No,
Now,
mm-mm.
now I do remember
LaTangela
you.
Faye.
Now I do remember you seeing in the Lifetime movie "A Girl in the Closet" with
Yes,
Remy
Girl in the
Ma
Closet.
and Tammy Roman. I do remember seeing you on there.
Yes, yes. And so that wasn't that long ago. That was recent. And I've done some small stuff that, it's like this, platform called Real Shorts and stuff that's online. But yeah, but Girl in the Closet was fun, and it's a really, really good
Yes,
movie. I
it
had a little
is.
bit more screen time, but you never know what's gonna go on the chopping block when they start editing, because they were trying to stay within that time frame. And listen, Tammy got all the screen time in that movie, but she deserved it. She did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
She was considered for an Emmy for that movie, and it's a true story. So it's crazy. I was grateful, after all this time. If that was it, then there it is. It looks great on my resume. It was great working with Remy and Tammy. They
Uh-huh.
are what you see. Hey, regular,
Uh-huh.
just like us. So we had a good time on set. But yes, and I've still been doing music. Me and Angelique and Leon Frierson did a Christmas song, Jolly Holiday. We
Oh, I
dropped
heard it.
last year.
I heard it.
Yeah,
I
we
like
just
it.
dropped it last year just on the spur, but we're going, it's coming back this year. Hopefully we can get a video done. We're all in different places, so it's
Oh,
hard.
okay. So, since we went to the acting and everything, who are some of the people that you want to work with that you're big fans
As far as
of?
acting,
As far as acting, yes.
Jeffrey Wright is one of my favorite actors of all time. I mean, like, that man is a shapeshifter, and I want to, because I'm one of those type of people that it's the same with music. When I'm in a studio with somebody that can really sing, that can really hear melodies and harmonies,
Mm-hmm.
it puts me in a whole nother zone, and it sparks something in me. It's like this switch goes off, and so it's like I can all of a sudden create myself so much better, and so many different ideas come from me. So I want to be around somebody, like on set with somebody like Jeffrey Wright, that is just so different with his acting, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion. I really like how he just is so different in every movie. It's like you don't really see a piece of the other character in any
Exactly.
of his things. And so that's like that's the goal right there. The Meryl Streeps as well. But yeah, and also Tisha Campbell on the
I
comedy.
think
I think,
you two would do very
oh,
well together.
me and Tisha on a sitcom, stop it.
I think you and her, if you two did something together, I think people would really love it.
Yeah, me and Tisha would be fun. I really would like to come up with a good idea and just try to find her people and see what I could, because she just don't know. Like, we would be so dumb together. Yeah.
I because I think it would be a good comedy. Because I think it would be perfect because you have your comedic time, and she has her comedic time, and
Oh yes, yes, and I get her kind of comedy is my kind of comedy. So I just feel like, I don't know, if we're playing like sisters or something.
that's what I think it should
I
be.
just
Sisters, yes,
Yes, I think we should do a sister thing. So I don't know. I'm gonna think of something though. But yeah, I love Tisha, and she's one of my favorites. And then Jack A as well. People always
yes,
say Maritza
yes.
reminds them of her.
That would be a good one with Jack A in it.
Yeah, Jack A got to come. Maybe she'll be our mama. Jack A would be me and Tisha's mom, and it would be a stupid combo.
Because Marissa did have a bit of Sandra from 227 vibes.
Oh, all day, because she was inspiration for Maritza for sure. So yeah, that and Regine from Living
Yes,
Singles.
Kim Fields,
Yeah,
yes.
Kim Fields, she would be also very dope to work with as well. I mean, I worked with her director wise, and she was like a
Mm-hmm.
friend, So personally, I love her. But yeah, I think I would love to work with her as well too. So yeah, but I want
Okay.
to play a role that nobody expects from me. And I have a film that I've written that I might play that lead, but I don't really want to. I kind of want to find the lead and just kind of, be behind the scenes on this
Mm-hmm.
film. But I really do want to play that, like, you would never think I could go there type role. So,
I
um,
think maybe like an action thing would be good for you, or
what would be good?
like an action film or like a deep drama.
I love Salt. Salt is one of my favorite movies.
Okay.
Angelina Jolie. So a role like that, I love
I
Colombiana as
love
well.
that movie.
Yeah, so a role like that where it's just like, and then Queen of the South is another one, a series that
Mm-hmm.
I love
I
because
love
I
that
love,
show.
yes, because I love how the character is a G, but she's trying not to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's not. She's like, I don't want to have to do this. Like I'm a nice guy. You gave me no choice type stuff. So I want to do that.
Okay. Alrighty.
Mhm.
Seems like we got into everything right there. Anybody have any questions for Miss LaTangela that I maybe didn't cover
Yes,
or
Jack
maybe
A
she
is
didn't talk about?
hilarious. Yeah, we got
Yes.
through this though. We got through it.
We
It's a little whisper for me, baby, but we got through it.
we got through it because we had a lot of comedy with it. I think everybody
Yeah, we
enjoyed it.
did. Shout out to J Jamal, official in the building, aka 80s, 90s, 2000s. That's family right there. He's
Okay, that's
so
what's
good
up.
about helping us, doing our collab posts and stuff together, helping us push our stuff. So
Nice.
he's always
Nice.
in the building. Love you.
Are you trying to be a YouTuber and get paid from it?
What?
No, that was the question. Say, are you trying to be a YouTuber and get paid from it?
A YouTuber and get paid from it? Oh yeah, I'm trying to get my channel up now. I'm close to that 1,000, but I have started and stopped YouTube so many times. Which I tried to do the couple thing when I was in a
Mm-hmm.
relationship.
I
That
was
didn't
looking at
work.
the yeah, I seen that one. I used to watch.
Yeah, yeah. So we're no longer together, but that didn't work because it's just like I was doing all the work type stuff. But anyway, I've been toying around with the ideas
Mm-hmm.
now, and so I just been putting content up. This summer, I'm doing what I'm doing, so it has been growing the channel pretty fast. Everybody appreciated that Taina pilot for sure.
Oh
So
yes, I did.
thanks. Thank you. Yeah. So like anybody that's on here to subscribe, thank you for subscribing to YouTube. That's a hard one. Every subscribe. I mean, in any platform, every follower, every like, all that counts. But it's so hard on YouTube. So
And don't worry, you guys. I'm gonna tag her YouTube stuff when I put this video. It's gonna be on IG, but it's gonna be on YouTube also. So my YouTube channel,
yes,
I'm gonna
you
tag
guys,
you in it
please do.
also. So I'm gonna tag
Please
all
do.
your
I
info.
appreciate that. I'm trying to get my rhythm going with all the platforms. And me and Angelique Bates and my son do Throwback Live on Thursdays.
Mm-hmm.
And, we just kick it on there and play throwback music. Sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
we're talking
Oh,
about
I be
behind the
watching.
scenes stories.
Oh, I
Yes,
be
I know.
watching.
You always on
I
there.
be watching.
You
Oh,
always in there, yes.
but let's
And
talk
so we're
about
going to have a topic
talk about your son too, because your son doing music. Why don't you let everybody know about what your son does?
Yes, my son is at Jaso with 2 L's on IG. But he is doing music as well, and we go in the studio together all the time. And so him and his friend Mari, I Lost Mari is his name. He's also into music, and so they produce and engineer and do music and tracks and all that stuff. They got their own stuff coming out. His dad is also Calvin Richardson, for any Calvin Richardson fans that are on here.
I've been friends with him for a long time.
Calvin,
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Get out of here!
He knows I'm a
I did
big
not
fan of
know
his.
that.
I've been a fan of his for since country. I think it was the
Country
Country
boy?
Boy. Yeah.
How y'all know each other? Oh,
I
what?
meant because when social media started becoming big, I followed him and he followed me back.
What?
Because I
That
was
is
like, wait.
crazy.
Because it's funny because I became when he did the 235 album.
Yeah,
235
2:35
p.m.
p.m. So that's the time Soldier was born.
Okay.
Yes. So
because I
that,
remember he did that and he was on the Angie Stone song More Than a Woman on
yeah.
her Mahogany Soul. But I always wanted to ask you that question, but I was kind of scared that I don't want to upset. I said, "Is that your child, your son's father?" But I didn't want to be, overstep a
Oh
boundary.
yeah, no,
But
no. What was the question? No, let me hear it again.
no, I was just wondering if he was your son's father.
Oh, okay. You just wanted to know that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot of people don't know, and not for no reason that we don't really talk about it like that or whatever. But yeah, and because he's doing music, and him and my son are actually dropping a single together too. So I'm like, yeah, you gotta let him know. Stop being so quiet about it. Let him know who your dad is and stuff. And so yeah, so he's another one that my son is like, for him to be young, he's really, I have to like make him do social media stuff, which I'm like, you have to. Him and his dad are the same in that sense, but.
Yes. Oh, trust me, I know how Calvin gets. Because the times
Yes,
when social media started,
he
was
does not.
social
I'm
media
like,
started.
listen, you got to go live
Yeah,
sometimes. He's like, I hate it, and
yeah.
I'm
Because
like, I don't care.
I remember I reviewed the album he did. Oh
Yeah,
my goodness, I think it was I Am Calvin.
yeah,
I remember I reviewed it. I did not know it was going to blow up the way it did on my channel. It
really.
blew up. It had like 4,400 views.
Wow. See, yeah, it's always, I'm like, so
Hey
I
Cam.
get in the habit now of mentioning it a little bit more because I'm like, yeah, my fans might be his fans, and then vice versa, whatever. So he's on TikTok now because everybody's making fake pages. So he just made a TikTok. Yeah, and so like Rich Boy, D Calvin Richardson, but it's Rich Boy. That's his only TikTok. So if you
Yeah.
guys follow him there. But yeah, him and my son have a song coming out as well. But yeah, so he does all types of music though. So the
Yep.
thing about my son is trying to get him to like, okay, let's make a cohesive
Yeah.
project here because he'll go from heavy metal to like thugged out 90s R&B hip hop, whatever. Like he's very much, which is great. He has skills in all the different genres, but we're just trying to reel him in.
And, and I'm glad you confirmed that because I always want to know if that was really true because you know how you hear stuff, but I'm like I
Yeah.
don't like to believe everything I read. I like to go to the source. And you
Oh
just
yeah, yeah. So yeah, we just started, making it known. A lot of people don't know. Like, what? People that I know that are friends of mine, they're like, wait, what? You never have said, like, close people, of course, but there's a lot of people that like us, associates of mine that are like, I did not know
I did
that.
a
Yeah.
great job hiding out because the first how I found out was because this was way before I asked you to do the interview. I was just I think it was one of his the last couple albums he dropped, Calvin dropped. It kept showing like when I googled him, your picture kept showing up.
Yeah, it'll be, and even on YouTube sometimes, like even for some reason, like he's in a lot of Jolly Holiday mixes with me, like in like when how they throw playlists together, like we always end up in the same playlist, so it's weird. It's weird like that. And another YouTuber that I talked to a lot, her mom was actually, when I posted them on Father's Day, and a lot of people were like, what or whatever. And so she was one, and she was saying that her mom was actually in the kitchen playing Can't Let Go. It's like blasting it, and then she saw the post, and she was like, "Wait, what?"
Oh, oh my gosh! See now, it's funny. I'm friends with him. I'm friends with you. This is a
Yes,
small world.
it's such a small world. Yes, so definitely he's a mess. Like, yeah, I
But
still clown.
oh my goodness! Anything else you want to talk about or plug in, like
No,
saying?
this has been fun. I appreciate you
Yes.
guys, like, joining us and kikiing it up with us, and just, yeah, we could do it again for
Oh, of
sure, but I think we covered
course.
a lot.
If you need me to come on your show too, let me know. We'll make
Please
it
do.
work.
Yeah, we're gonna get more into like this small world stuff. Tomorrow we're doing some relationship talk, and so we might have to throw it back to like, oh Lord, he gonna have my head. But yeah, we're gonna talk about it a little
We'll
bit
talk about it
tomorrow.
a little bit. We'll keep that private between us. So now, right
Okay, we're gonna talk about some stuff a little bit tomorrow, but nothing bad. I ain't gonna throw him under the
now,
bus. But
he
me
cool
and
people with you
Angelique, we're gonna
guys.
touch on this trending, relationship topic that Nick Cannon kind of sparked on his new show.
Oh,
Uh,
I'm gonna ask you about that too,
yes,
because I want to know too.
yes. So let's get into it tomorrow, you guys. We're gonna do 8 o'clock Eastern on IG, 9 o'clock on TikTok. We try to do both and keep it to an hour.
Mm,
We don't normally do topics, but we actually said we're gonna start doing that. So this is a good week to start.
yeah.
And so yeah, it's gonna be about these relationships. Are we teaching people how to treat us? Are we attracting who we are? Like, what's the deal? And then we all know Nick's story. So we'll get into that. And like, this one, like, is it the new norm? Should we accept it? Or are we like just allowing these men to get by with too much? Like, what are we doing? So,
All right, y'all heard my friends.
and how the industry ties into all of it. Like, does it work?
Hey, you heard my friend talk. You heard my friend right there, what she just said.
Okay.
Y'all heard my friend. I have nothing
Yes.
to say on that right there. My friend just preached it. But
Yes. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you. Thank you. I see it was a great interview.
yes,
You had a nice time. Thank you. Sun's about to
yes,
blind me. I'm going to go dry up a little
yeah.
bit.
Now, one more thing
Yeah.
we're gonna do, you guys. Miss LaTangela Newsome, why don't you let everybody know where to follow you at and all the above?
Yes, I am _LaTangela on pretty much all the platforms, on YouTube, IG, and TikTok. And then it's I think it's just LaTangela Newsome on Facebook, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, definitely. So yeah, that's how you guys can follow me. Same thing on X and Threads. I am _LaTangela. Try to keep it simple.
All righty. Now let me let everybody know who's fans of yours. They're fan of mine now. If they are, which hopefully they are. You can find me on X, Instagram, and what else? TikTok at KTookes85. That way you guys will know.
Yes.
And then you can subscribe to my YouTube channel also, because it's at Kenneth Tookes Second.
Oh, we got to do a collab on YouTube for sure.
We do.
We're going to have to do that.
We're gonna do it, y'all. This ain't gonna be the last time you see us working together. We're gonna work on multiple projects.
Oh no, of course not. Definitely not. I've been wanting to do some collabs over there and get into like my YouTube vibes as well. We need some like wine and kick it and something. And I don't know what we're gonna do over there, but we're gonna do something.
We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, we're gonna figure that out.
We're gonna figure that out.
But yes, you guys,
Anyways,
this was fun.
Thank you, LaTangela. I appreciate you so much.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you as well. And you know what? Since LaTangela is trying to get out this hot ass sun, we're gonna let my friend get out that hot ass sun. But we thank you.
Baby, y'all sitting there shining and greasy over here.
And I'll see you the skin stuff. I'm gonna tell you the skin stuff too. I ain't forget about that. Alrighty, y'all. This is it. So have a blessed one, you guys, and you'll see this on YouTube very shortly, and see LaTangela tagged on everything. So bye, you guys.
Yes, and yeah, make sure you tag me. I'll see it on YouTube. I'll look for it. So
I got you. I got you, LaTangela. All right, y'all.
Alrighty.
Take care.
Okay, and send me that soap, child. Send me that soap.
I got you, girl. Don't worry, I got you.
All right. Bye.